This week's proud sponsors of the episode are Murphy & Young Limited. They design, manufacture, supply and erect bespoke timber kit houses and summer houses. You can visit them at murphyandyoungltd.co.uk or contact them at info@murphyandyoungltd.co.uk. If you're looking for any information, if you get any projects they can help you with, then just give them a shout. The lads are top notch. Hope you enjoy the episode. Cheers. Alright everybody, episode 15 of the roundup. Back to league action this week, mate, after the big scalps for the West teams against the senior teams.
Every week, mate. Every single week is a big innit?
I know.
I like my Santa jammies, mate.
They're nice.
Like
that. What one are you?
None of them, mate. Okay, they've all got hair.
Right, let's go then.
Let's do it.
Premier League, Bonneton 1, Kilburn 2, Glenafton 1, Largs 3, Hurlford 3, Rob Roy 0, Meda 1, Blantyre 1, Pollok 4, Cumnock 0, Rossvale 2, Bede 7, Talbot 5, Benz 0. Couple of late goals to be fair. Blantyre getting a point against the Meda, late penalty. Kilburn getting a late win against Bonneton. A couple of late goals in I think the Pollok game, there was a couple of late goals as well. A lot of action late on if you'd stayed for the games.
Yeah. A few late goals. I seen the Blantyre one today. Jen, have you seen it?
I seen the penalty.
Aye. See the penalty?
I never seen.
It's a bit harsh, I thought.
I never seen what happened for it. I just seen Aaron Black's penalty that he scored. But
I seen it and I've watched it a couple of times, man, and I think to myself, the defender can't really do nothing, man. The player's cleared it right off his arm for about 2 yards away from him. Do you know what I mean? I think that's quite a harsh penalty, but Aaron Black, cool as you like, takes a penalty, and then you seen the video of them where the player chops the two of them, the two of Aaron and that?
No, I've not seen much.
It's like synchronised diving, mate. The two of them, he takes out two of the players, but no, that's a good point. That's a good point for Gibby's team because, as we've spoken about, Meda a good side, so it's a good point for them. Kilburn, the other one, that's massive, absolute massive. Seen the video of their celebrations when they scored at the end, so just shows you how much. I mean, that could be a big 3 points. You know what I mean? Because it's another 3 points for them. They're in a good run, and the gaffer, Sean and that, they're doing well down there. The gaffer and Sean and that are doing well, and I think they're getting a turn out the boys, and they've got a real chance now, I think, because they're adding again. I've seen they've made a couple of signings through the week. So they're going from strength to strength under Tommy Boy.
That's 3 wins in a bounce for them in the league. I mean, they're only 5 points away from safety, and the way they're playing, that's very doable for them. I mean, they could easily do that in the next 5-10 games if they continue the way they're going.
There's a lot of football to be played, a lot of opportunities for them to claw that back, mate.
That's the thing, you have to go and beat the teams about you. Big win for Largs beating Glenafton. That was 2 teams that are in the relegation battle. That was a huge one for Largs. That kind of keeps them in touching distance, because if Glenafton had beaten them, it'd have been they'd have been on 24, Largs would have been on 16, 8 points in it. Instead, there was only 2 in it.
That's a good win for them, because they've had good success in the cups now. Do you know what I mean? Getting through the rounds. So to go back to league business and pick up a big 3 points, you know what I mean? It's all the points are really, really important in the league this year because of the amount of teams that are getting relegated. Do you know what I mean? So any win, man's massive for the clubs.
Definitely. One of the teams losing down there who are kind of hovering about the edge, who are just out the trouble at the moment. Rob Roy getting beat 3-0 off Hurlford. We don't talk about Hurlford a lot, but they get about their business really quietly. They pick up a lot of points. They're not going to win the league, obviously, but they're in that kind of really solid kind of 5th or 6th place. They're having a good team.
They've got a good young team, and Darren's done an amazing job down there, mate. Absolute amazing job. As you say, they just go about their job quietly, and they pick up the wins, mate, and get a clean sheet. and I think they were all going down to Carlisle after I seen them posting, mate. So that made that trip even better, mate, with a wee bit of madness in there. And it's always better when you win the game, do you know what I mean, before your big team night out.
I realised I forgot to put in Clydebank beating Troon 3-1 on Friday night. I tell you what, big Jamie Darroch scores some amount of goals, didn't he?
Doing well, mate. That's doing
really well. Goals he scores? He's
doing really, really well. And the Bankies, that's the thing for the Bankies, because they've had the highs of all these big, and the glamour of these big cup ties, but that was important for them to get back to winning ways, or not back to winning ways, because they've been doing very well, but to get 3 points in the league and back to their bread and butter, because that's the most important thing in it. The league, the cups are always a bonus, and it's good for the club, good for the fans and the coffers and all. But that's a good result on Friday night for them, and they're doing really well. Darroch's flying, scoring the goals.
Nicky Little seem to score every game.
Nicky Little and all. Nicky Little's a goal machine anyway. The boy's a top player. So the Bankies are doing well.
Other teams about them, Pollok with a comfortable 4-0 win. McGinty having a good win last week against the Bens. Will be disappointed with the way that's finished. I think it was not each up to about 55 minutes or something.
There were 9 men at the end of the game, hadn't they? I'm not going to 2 men sent off. I think reading between the lines, they've had a man sent off into the second half, and that's maybe gave Pollok a bit of the ascendancy. But
talking about
it's impressive. Did you see the goal, mate? See Fordy's goal?
Mate, how good was it?
Oh, wow, mate!
Brilliant.
Wow, that boy. That's why I rate that boy. He's one of the best in the league, mate. See that left Duke? Unbelievable, man! What a goal, mate! What a goal! It just shows the quality they've got, because they can just go and blitz a team with the quality they've got. So, Gintz will be disappointed after a good result last week, but it's probably not been a good day at the office, especially getting 2 men sent off and that as well. So they'll just need to pick up and go again.
What's that? Because I'm talking about Jamie Darroch scoring for centre half all the time. It ended up getting given as an own goal, I think. What's the boy with the long hair? What about a goal he scores, I know?
Aye. See, when you've got defenders, mate, that can chip in with a few goals and they're a threat for set plays and corners, man, what an asset it is for the team, because then you're chipping in with big goals and always looking a threat when it's, as I said, set plays, corners and all that. So it's good for defending when you get boys good at doing that job, but in the opposition box, man, it's always brilliant to have. Yeah.
Talbot 5-0, the Bens, Graham Wilson with 4 goals. I think he must have been injured or something at the start of the season, because he wasn't about much, and now he's back in. The Talbot look like that same starting to get the cogs turning now. They've been really good. They're obviously a massive one last week, but the Bens on their bad side, so that's a big win for them to go and take.
That's impressive. And listen, we talk about guys scoring lots of goals, and for G. Wilson in that top league and score 4 goals against any opposition, it's a tremendous achievement. So fair play to him. And they've hit form. Tucker's got the boys going. They're flying now. The confidence will be sky high at that club. It always is anyway, because they're always that good. But that's a very impressive result, because, as you say, Bens have picked up points against the teams up near the top. You know what I mean? They've took points off winning. They've took points off Pollok and that as well. So it's very impressive.
Definitely. They finish it off. Great win for Bede, 7-2 at Rossdale. Hard kind of start for Jamie Sandilands at Rossdale, but that's quite a convincing win for Bede, so they've done well there.
That's very impressive. 7 goals in any game, and especially to play against a side that's got a new manager in, and the players would be keen to impress. So for Butch's team and his players to go down there and put on a show like that and score 7 goals is very, very impressive work with them. Roswell will be disappointed. That's a sole want to take, because they're fighting for their life, aren't they? And it's not really good for the confidence. A good start, but Jamie will be the manager. He's got that job. I can't say I know a tremendous a lot about him, because he's been through in the East managing, but I had a look at Whitburn's results now. He's done a good job at Whitburn and stuff. So he's a good manager, mate. He'll just need a week or two to bed himself in and find out what's his favoured 11 or best team to get out in the park. Do you know what I mean?
Still getting to know them all. Moving on to Conference A, where there was about 4 million goals. Bells Hill 4, Whitlet 7, Craigmark 4, Arthurlie 6, The Borough 4, Lugar 0, Lesmehagel 2, Irvine Vic 2, Saltcoats 1, Girvan 6. Arthurlie, massive win, just continuing.
What is happening in that league? What's happening in that league, man, this weekend? Because of that weather, do you think?
I don't know, mate. I mean, just mental amount of goals. You're looking at the first 2 games there, 21 goals, crazy. But
Craigmark, they've scored 4. Craigmark were at home, weren't they?
Aye.
They scored 4 goals at home, man, and they still lost the game. You're like, mate, you're scratching your head. Obviously, they've not the best day defensively, but Arthurlie, man, what a side, what a team. Yeah,
16 games in the league unbeaten, man. Scary.
Another win, mate. Another win. Honestly, you just do not expect them to drop any points whatsoever. Not every week. I'm just like, listen, it might happen. It might be inevitable. It's going to happen because somebody's maybe going to get a result after them or draw with them or whatever. But the new, mate, you just can't see it, man. They're absolute flying. Unbelievable.
That's the thing with them. You're saying you can't see them dropping points. I mean, obviously they've won by 2 goals yesterday, but I was shocked. That shows how well they're doing. I was shocked to see the lost so many goals because you don't see them conceding very many.
Craigmark one of the better sides in the league as well. So
Craigmark scored 61 goals in 19 games.
So it's impressive. It's impressive with Arthurlie, especially to go away from home, score 6 goals. It's tremendous, man.
You know, it's like Craigmark's not an easy place to go.
That's what I mean. They're one of the better teams in that league, mate. So
I mean, generally, even like because obviously they're a fair bit better than they used to be. Even going down there before when they won the Great, it's still a difficult place to go. You've got a bit of trek to get there. The park wasn't the best. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of a hard place to go, but they're doing pretty well. Shotts obviously a game called off this weekend, so that means that Arthurlie are now 2 points behind with 3 games in hand. Like we said before, I can't see by them. But Whitlet's taking 7 off of Bells Hill. Bells Hill scoring 4 though. That's the first time they've scored quite a few goals.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, they're kind of cementing that 3rd spot now in the league. They're the kind of the best of the rest in that league, behind Shotts and Arthurlie.
Whitlet scored a lot of goals, didn't they?
Aye, that's them got 6. They're top goal scorers in the league. They've got 68 goals in 20 games.
See me, they've got good firepower or good going forward. And listen, man, sometimes you just get days like that, mate. I know fine well because at the start of the season, we was at Ashfield, man, you're scratching your head sometimes going, why we just conceding winning games, like with big scores and that, but you're always conceding lots of goals. It can be a bit frustrating as a manager or a coach of that, but as long as you're winning games, if you're scoring goals, you've always got a chance, mate. Do you know what I mean? You don't always want to have to outblast teams with a shootout with them and try and score more goals, but like,
to be honest,
6 and 7.
It's good for people to go and see, and it's why
brilliant, mate.
The juniors was and now obviously the West. It's the way it's always kind of been, where you get lots of goals, which that's for me is one of the best things about it. Is there is good quality football gets played. There's good football players, but because there's no exactly amazing quality times, you get mistakes, so you always get goals, which is brilliant to go and see.
Entertainment value unbelievable, especially in that league. In that league this weekend, mate. Do you know what I mean? So for a $5, people are going to see 11 goals now, 11 goals in a game, stuff like that. You can't grumble with that. Do you know what I mean? All action.
Borough 2-0 against Borough 4-0 against Lugar. Lugar they've had that wee dip after that good spell they had. They've only won 1 in the last 6. They kind of had a wee dip, but that's the Borough. 2 in the bounce, only lost 2 at the last 6. They're starting to pick up a wee bit of form, get some points, moving up the table. So that's a good win for Jamie and the boys.
I always knew it was a matter of time because Borough was one of the teams I looked at, and we've known Jamie because we've played against these sides the last couple of years, and he's got a good team there, and he's got some good players. They're just now hitting the form. They're hitting the form that probably come to expect of them. So I think they'll start climbing the league. So I do, Johnston Borough.
Nah, they're a decent side. Les Mahago and Irvin Vicks 2 each. Les Mahago kind of been a bit of a mixed bag up and down. Irvin Vicks, well, that's a big point for them because that's the first game they've picked up. That's only the third game in the out of 22 they've picked up points. So that was a good for them to get.
No, well done to Dougie and Irvin. Always good to take something out of a game. Do you know what I mean? And it gives you a building block. But it's a good point for them. They'll be happy with that.
Final game, Girvan taking 6 off a Saltcoats, which will be disappointing for Saltcoats after winning first game in ages, and then little loss against Maple, but Maple's a good side. It wasn't the worst result. That team conceded 100 goals this season now, so it's pretty sore. Hard viewing for them after 22 games to concede 100 goals.
That's very, very difficult, mate. Very, very hard. Because we've been singing their praises. But they're resilient, mate. That's one thing we'll say about them. They've got a bit of resilience about them. They've got a management that are resilient people, but it seems yet, because they went and got a result. So hopefully they can start they can get competitive again and pick the results up. But it's a good result for Girvan, mate. Girvan, especially when we're saying they're resurgent, not me, Saltcoats. So for Girvan to go there and win 6, it's impressive stuff.
It's that. Moving on to Conference B, Pollok 1, Gartcairn 4, Greenock 4, Dalry 1, Port 0, Ashfield 1, Renfrew 1, Thornleywood 1. I know you were at a wedding yesterday. I saw your stories and stuff. You and Jill looked like you had a good time at that. But what was you saying about the game? That's a good one. Particularly going down to the Port where you were struggling for bodies. Very
good win. Performance first off was no good enough. And Gaff had a few choice words at half time. The boys have come out and gave a reaction. Be honest, mate, we're doing it the bare bones. We originally had 4 boys for the 20s coming, and 2 of them got injured. VJP got a 3 or 4 fractured ribs with a bad fall, going up for a header on the Friday. He was in a bad way. And then young Nicholas, man, I want to give a wee shout to him. He's had a really bad arm break, but he broke it in 2 places or something. So he's gone to boot for a good while. It's a bad one. I've been on the text and that to him today just to see how his spirits are. So I think but I would not bare bones, mate, to be honest with you. I think we've had 12 or 13 players, just had quite a few injury holidays, boys working and stuff. So for us to get down, keep a clean sheet, win the game with a team that was in that pathway, it's a very, very good result for us, mate. That's 2 in the bounce for us now, and it clean keeps sheet. Us in clean sheet. Buzzing, mate. Buzzing with a clean sheet. Buzzing for Calder. Buzzing for the defenders. Because you know what it's like, the Port, mate. It's not an easy place to go down. So to get a clean sheet is always good, mate. It's always satisfying. And then we go a game. See, when I was looking at it, mate, we're sitting in 30 points, man. See, in another league, 30 points would have us a lot higher than.
But the thing is, well, you're not just sitting on 30 points. You're sitting 2 and 3 games in hand on teams ahead of you. You're only a point or 2 ahead. So a win or two bumps you up 2 or 3 places, and these are a much more kind of comfortable looking position. We're not
a million miles away. I think that I've always said that. I think that the position that we're in the league was a bit harsh on us and a bit harsh on our boys because they're good players and they're a good type. But no, we're delighted, mate. That's 2 wins in the bounce. We need to just keep building on it. Cup game this weekend and then finish with Pollok the following week, which will end the year. Will end the year for us before a couple of weeks Christmas kind of break. So no, we're delighted with the 3 points, mate. But I just get well to the young boys.
Aye, definitely. Another one for Greenock. We were touched on last week, Dalry, how they were able to have improved quite drastically. Even when they're losing to like Cambuslang, it's a goal or 2 in it. They've really improved. Greenock, who I know for a fact, speaking to Doyley, they are absolutely struggling for bodies, and a 4-1 win against Dalry. That's 5 in the bounce, takes them into 4th place. They're having a great week, building it.
Doyley's doing well down there. Doing very well. And I know how tough this conference can be. So to put the wins on the bounce together is very, very good. It's impressive the results he's getting. It's just mad. I've never heard and seen anything like it where so many teams are struggling to get bodies and missing boys and all that. I'm not saying it's just us at Ashfield, but I'm seeing it across the full board, man. I don't understand it, man.
No, it's mental. It's mental. Gartcairn 4-1 win against Pollok. It was a win that was expected. Keeps them in the pack, only 2 points behind St Cadoc's, who obviously never had a game yesterday.
Yeah.
And Cambuslang also didn't have a league game, so that's kind of keeping them in the pack. I've heard that, obviously we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, with Gartcairn, an eligible player or suspended player or whatever it was, against Cambuslang, and they beat them. Apparently, Cambuslang won't be getting the points for that, so that keeps the league a bit tighter anyway. I don't even know if Gartcairn are losing the point. I think they're just getting fined or something like that. I don't know. That's the word that reached my ear.
See if that's the case. I don't know.
It's a joke.
So that's feisty and tasty, that, mate. If that's the decision they make, that'll cause a wee bit of controversy, that, won't it?
Mate, it sets a precedent. I mean, see if I don't know whether Gartcairn knew that they played. I think it was a suspended player. I don't know if they knew or whatever. It might have just been an error on their part. And I'm not accusing them of intentionally doing it. But see if that is all it is, and it's just a fine. It doesn't really stop you from doing it. Doesn't it discourage you if you're going, we'll take a whatever fine it is, a few £100 or whatever, and we'll just play this boy who could help us in a big game. But we'll need to see how it pans out.
Somebody's made a boo-boo, isn't he? Somebody's made a boo-boo, and if that's what happens with it, then I think that there's somebody looking down on them, isn't there, man? A wee bit of luck, know what I mean?
Looking at it for St Cadoc's, that saves St Cadoc's in a sense, because if Cambuslang were to get the 3 points, the league's done. I just can't see there's no way back for that. So that keeps it within what is 7 points in row. St Cadoc's got a game in hand. But at the same time, Gartcairn keeping the points. That means they're only 2 points behind St Cadoc's. That's kind of keeps it really tight at the top.
See for me, mate, I don't like all the politics, mate, right? It's not something I'm into, right? And football-wise, but they've got Ross McNeil scoring the goals, mate. It's another good one for them yesterday, and they're actually in a rich vein of form. So on the part, they're doing well. They just need to they just obviously had a moment. But that was a while ago now, do you know what I mean? I can't believe it's not been dealt with.
Mate, I honestly think it's quite farcical, because it's important, you know what I mean? In terms of the league and all that, that's important. And I think it's a bit of a joke, to be honest, that if that's the way it pans out, then I don't think it's great at all.
Yeah.
I want to move on to the final game in this league, which for me was probably one of the games of the day in terms of what you would expect for it, with Renfrew and Thornwood. Two of them absolutely flying now. One each. Probably what you would say a draw would be expected, because they're two really good sides. I thought there'd be more goals in it, and I saw on Renfrew's Twitter that Renfrew missed a decent chance, like right at the death, to get the win. Two teams are flying. Izzy's doing a great job at Thornwood. Jimmy's really turned Renfrew in, so it would have been a good game to be doing and watch.
It's two teams high in confidence and winning lots of football games, you know, so maybe that's not a surprise that it's ended a draw, because the two of them are doing really well at this moment in time. And then, see, to be honest with you, see, for both of them, it's not the world's worst result, really, is it? It's not. It is. They've not. None of them have lost the game. The two of them will take their point and they'll move on. But the two of them are doing very well. Can't speak highly enough of the job that Jimmy's doing there, the new and Izzy and all doing it for Thornwood, because they've gone really well and they've had a good recent bit of form. The last couple of months for both of them have been good.
Definitely. Moving on to Conference C, the Ants 3, Drum 2, Ardrossan 0, Yoker 1, Perthshire 3, East Kilbride 1, Kilsyth 1, Larkhall 2, Fairleaving 2, Lanark 1. I called it last week saying that even including the Talbot and Clydebank winning, which was huge, I thought the Ants result against the Rock was one of the results of the day. 100% yesterday, that was result of the day. Unbelievable result from 2 weeks in the bounds, beating two of the best sides in the league. A really brilliant result for the Ants and Dan and his team.
No, it's very impressive. Singing our praises last week, deservedly so, and even better probably this week, deserve even more credit because the drum man are flying at the top and got that wee bit about them and look impressive. And Ants, man, that's two great results, man. That's tremendous for Danny and the boys. That is really. Do you see the goal? Do you see the boy on that?
Oh, nice, wasn't it?
Lovely finish, mate. Lovely finish.
Horrible one for a goalkeeper when it's serious game. You get people say he should go long. Like me and you, when we seen him against St Peters, we both thought he was a very good football player. See, to be honest, the things are going to happen because he's a good football player and he'll start a lot of movements for being in goal. That's just a bit of bad luck for him, but you could see how well the Ants pounced on it. The two strikers right and tap it. The next we finished, the Ants had 4 19-year-olds playing for their 20s yesterday as well, which I think it makes it even more impressive.
No, he's doing a good job, Danny, and they've got some good players there. You know what I mean? They've got some good players at the club, and they're adding, and they're bringing through young boys, and they've added a couple like Jed Dobbs and stuff like that as well. They've added a couple of players as they've went along as well. So they've done well, mate. Very, very well, and that's a tremendous result. Well done to the Ants.
Did you see?
Potter will be happy, won't he?
Oh mate, I was. Well, did you see Grant Kelly's tweet yesterday? It was a wee clip for our episode when we had like Spud, Hopi, and Chrissy Cameron, and I can't even remember why I said it, but Hopi's done. Like, I think they were joking that you have said something about the Ants, and Hopi's went, "I will go and beat them 7-1 for you, or scud them for you." And,
aye, that's right.
And Grant Kelly put that on, and he's like, "Don't speak too soon" or something. That was quite funny.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Love it, mate. Love that. Love that advance, mate.
See what that's done as well, though, mate. That keeps the league interesting because Petershill won their 2 games in hand. They're only 3 points behind the drum, and Petershill are absolutely flying now. We thought a while back, we thought it was done, mate, and it's definitely not done.
That's a good result for PZ, mate, because they're motoring, mate. They're motoring, so they might think that that just gives them a confidence, man.
I'm sure the drum and Petershill have still got to play each other as well. So
is it taste blood or smell blood? What's the expression?
They can smell blood.
Smell blood, right? Aye, so they can smell blood.
Sharp.
They can smell blood, mate.
What else we got? Perthshire 3-1 win against East Kilbride, keeping themselves kicking on. One I'd want to touch on that we almost never ever speak about Larkhall. That was a good one for Larkhall yesterday, and they're doing quite well, kind of mid-table, and they've won 2. That's the last 2 they've won as well. They're having a good wee run now. It's a team we never really touch on, to be honest.
Yeah, fair play to you, mate. It's a good result for them. And the Shire and all, mate, probably doing a tremendous job. Aye. Obviously, they've got that big backing for Rod Stewart, know what I mean?
Oh, aye. We'll get Rod on the podcast. That's
know what I mean? Yeah, brilliant. He's doing very well. Well done to Larkhall, well done to the Shire, and well done to Yoker and all. Good result doing it at Ardross.
1-0, good result.
That's a goodie.
Another good one as well. Vela leaving 2 wins in the bounce as well, beating Lanark. I know Lanark.
They're on form, aren't they?
Aye, Lanark have the right stink of this season, but Vela leaving, that's then beat the 2 teams down there with them. You know what I mean? It's 6 points against the 2 teams below them. It's
and they've won the cup line. Just shows you that positive result in the cup's probably done for the confidence, and then the boys have went and won a couple of league games back to back as well. So well done to Vela leaving. They've had a bit of form, and as I said, they've got some good players there as well. We've played them. Do you know what I mean? We've played them, and it was a tight game as well. So in the surface down there, man, their parts are very good part.
It's always been a good part to get in. Division 4 final one. Sadly, our game was off this weekend. Called off yesterday morning against Campbelltown, which gives me a wee bit of chance that I might make one of the Campbelltown games this season. As I was working yesterday, BSC 1, Finnart 2, Glenvale 4, Harmony Row 3, Kilsyth 7, Harthill 3. Glenvale really doing well. Now that's 4 out of the last 5 they've won. The only one they lost was to us. Pays the derbies on there for everybody. But they're flying now, having a really good spell. Harmony Row on the other side having a wee bit of a tough time.
You're going to get ammo. You're getting ammo, mate. You're going to get that tweet, mate, where what you say the news going to come back and bite you in the arse, mate. I'm telling you that.
It's fine.
You need to be more like me, mate. Get a sore arse for sitting in the fence, mate.
It's too boring. If we're both too nice, it's too boring. Can you listen to that, John? You listening? But no, Glenville really turned the corner recently.
Aye.
They're doing really well. That's a big win. Like I said, Hamley Row have kind of been struggling a late. Like I said, 1 out of 5 they've won. But that's for us, Glenville have done us a big turn. That's us a point clear of Hamley Row with 2 games in hand. If we can win the 2 games in hand, we're in a decent position and we're kind of a bit clear of them.
It's frustrating, mate. That's probably Keith's biggest frustration. He's got a young team and it's the inconsistency in them because they go in the cup and they push the Caddocks all the way and then no disrespect in Glenville, do you know what I mean? Glenville have been doing really well in their own right, but Keith will be wondering why they can't. They're up and down consistent with a young team, but brilliant for Glenville. Great result, as you say, mate. They're in a good bit of form, and John's working his magic here now, so that's after him.
They have, honestly. Compared to, even though I think it was only a goal or 2 in it when we beat them the first game of the season, the first game we played them. See the difference in them, man. They've been so much better, even though we managed to get by and beat them. They're a well improved side. BSC, I seen their tweet yesterday, they're feeling a wee bit hard done to. Finnart scored in the last minute to beat them.
Aye, a free kick or something.
Aye, but that's the thing with Finnart, that is not the first time they've done that, and it won't be the last time. Finnart are very much see it right through the end. I know they've dropped some points recently, but they're a good side who will.
That's big because Kilsyth went and Kilsyth have won their game impressively. And listen, it doesn't matter. You would want to go and win games 4 and 5 all the time if you could, but it doesn't matter how you win them. See, that's just as much for the confidence and the buzz you get off winning a game like that as well with a late goal. It's a big 3 points for Finnart and Brian and the boys. So that's it. You need to keep going to the end and keep fighting to the end, and you might get that wee bit of luck. You might get that. Or you might just have that wee bit of quality that wins you the game. So, but BSC will be gutted because they've obviously gave them a right good game. They would have been happy to take a point, I'd imagine, and then they've went away empty-handed, and it's a disappointment of losing that late goal. But they just need to stay. If they keep probably that level of performance up, then they'll win games. Not I mean,
mate, they're improving. They're mild. Like, again, they beat us. They're the only team that have beaten us in the last wee while, but. When we took 8 off them a few weeks before, and see for that game, after that they've really picked up, even though they've not won a lot, they've been a lot better. Also with Kilsyth and Arthurlie, I quite like the wee dig that Kilsyth had at them. I mean, I've seen worse dressing rooms than what Arthurlie left it like. It's no, me and you spoke about that, it's not something that we particularly like. We always clean up dressing rooms after we've been in, but I think it's what this league needs is a wee bit of, because everybody seems to go on each other's. There's no much rivalry other than us in Glenville, so it's nice to have a wee bit of needle in it.
Listen, it's what it is. I think, I don't know, Kilsyth won the game, didn't they, man? So at the end of the day, I wouldn't let it bother you. It does annoy you at times. Obviously, I do get that. It's a bit of respect in that, but that's between the two, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know. But it's no, everybody get involved. Let's make it a big thing. Going to have a big rivalry between Kilsyth and Arthurlie.
Aye, well, mate, just as long as that dressing room get clean, mate. Just you make sure you clean it the next time you're down there, right? Because otherwise I'll oust you on the Twitter.
I think we're there in 2 weeks. I'll not be at it, but we're there in 2 weeks, which for me is, if we can beat Kilsyth, it's a big if. If we can beat Kilsyth that day, then it really, really, I think if we beat them, that takes us 9 points behind, but with 3 games in hand if we can beat them. So it's massive. Yeah. But that's us for another week. Recording another episode tomorrow which will be at the 15th, which is I think it'll be a good. I think people quite enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to that myself. Apologies that we couldn't get something out. It's just this time of year. It's kind of hard for us to get everything done, but Not to worry, things will be back to normal after a new year.
Aye, we need to give the people a break, mate. PG and Dak. I mean, they need a wee break, man. Looking at our coupons, man, every week for a wee while now. So these people.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder as well.
Aye, but hopefully that this episode that we do tomorrow, hopefully it'll be a right good one. I'm sure it will be a guy that's going to have probably some good stories. Well, if we can get it out of him, I'll try and work my best. I'll get it out of him.
Played at the very top level in our country as well.
Played at the top level, yes. He played at the top level, mate. So, yes, looking forward to it. And I hope everybody has a good week. And we'll be doing this again next week, as usual.
As always. Right, well, have a good week, everybody. And remember...
Can I go and have a cider now, PG? Because I mean, you told me I wasn't allowed to have a drink today because I had to do this.
No, mate, you can have one, right? One, and then you go to your bed.
I don't know who's worse, man. You're Joe, mate. You're Mrs. Dak, mate.
You just turn up in the morning, mate. That's what it matters.
Aye, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Right, have a good week, everybody. Cheers later.
Take care, everybody.